It is about 7:30 in the morning and me and Shelley about to embark on our mission to Melbourne. I don't know where I am and I don't know what buildings you may or may not have worked on, so I'm just filming everything so you can let me know when I get home. I don't even know what street we're on. What street's this?
Latrobe.
We're on Latrobe Street. Like a boss.
Hey! One-handed. Women with Disabilities Victoria.
Yep, that's
if you go in, it's an automated door.
Oh, they nearly got my name right.
Look who I am.
What have you got? Oh, you got Marley.
I'm Shelley Marley.
Shelley's set up all my stuff. Very cool. Thanks, Shelley.
I'd now like to give a very warm welcome to our panel host, Liz Wright, and her guest, Bree-arne
Manley.
Now, why? Hang on.
No, you've got it written there correctly. I've been saying it wrong the whole time. So just clear, everybody, it's Bree-arne Manley.
How are you doing?
Okay, hello everybody. It's so great to be in a room full of allies and women with disability here today. It's lovely to have this members event and for us to have the opportunity to come together in solidarity. As a woman of a certain age, I just wanted you to know that my new mantra and my lifelong mantra from now on is I expect equity. I don't want to ask for it, I'm not requesting it, and I don't even feel polite about it. I expect equity and that's it for today. As you know, my name is Liz Wright. I'm the Manager of Community Inclusion and Women's Empowerment. I've been at WDV for a couple of years. And it's given me the opportunity to meet more and more and more women with disability that I always feel so privileged to know more women, but also to talk to women and to understand the lives that we all lead. On my journey, the J word, I know it's so unpopular nowadays, but on my journey I was introduced to Bree-arne Manley. Bree-arne is a 38-year-old woman, just average her age, and I'm going to ask her some questions and we're going to have a bit of a chat about what Bree-arne does day by day and her interests and hobbies. So welcome, Bree-arne.
Hello.
Very short, succinct. Bree-arne, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you live, what you do, and your main interests at this point?
Yeah, sure. Well, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis when I was 19, and everybody who knows me knows that's my story, but seeing as how everybody here is new, I was diagnosed and then I spent the next few years being in denial, and then it hit me like a sack of bricks. Is that how you say it? Sack of spuds. Sack of spuds. When I was about 23 and I started losing feeling in my legs, I decided I didn't want medication because it was making me feel far worse than what the benefits were of it. I didn't see any benefits. There was nothing outwardly wrong with me except for I had poor vision. So I decided I wanted to be a mum. I would save my body for the fight of my life after I had kids, which is exactly what I've done. And I'm so glad I did that because I didn't know I was pregnant with my first son for 3 months.
Did you have a partner when you made that decision to have kids, or were you just really focused on the idea that
No,
in this or not I'll have children?
Yes,
Yeah.
I just focused on the fact I wanted a family for my future.
Yeah.
And I'd always wanted a family, and I was just like a lot of people, I just needed to find the right person to have a family with.
That's always the tricky thing, isn't it? Yeah. So you did have a family. You've got 2 boys, Daniel and Jaden. And how old are they now?
6, nearly 7, and 9, nearly 10. Nearly a 10-year-old.
Oh, double figures. How was the pregnancy experience for you?
I had to apologise to all the screaming women as I was going out because it was so easy. I'm so sorry, guys. My mum prayed the head off, and I was in labour for a few hours, and I was still laughing and joking when I went into the hospital at 3:30 in the morning, and they said, "Oh, you don't look like you're very far along. Let's have a look at you. Had your water broke? I don't know. I'll wear incontinence pads."
It's a bonus.
Yeah. So I didn't know anything, and the doctor had a look at me and said, "You're fully dilated. You're not going home."
Wow.
So I was still laughing and joking pretty much the entire time. I thought it was hilarious.
Was this for both pregnancies you had a need to go?
Yes.
That's really annoying.
I'm so sorry.
I laboured for 37 hours and then had a cesarean.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. We can still carry on and chat about this. So, you've got your 2 children, you've got your partner, so things are going along. How's your MS progressing at this stage?
Oh look, my neurologist is really happy. I'm now having infusions every 6 months, Ocrevus. He said it doesn't look like you're any worse than what you were a year ago.
What's Ocrevus?
Ocrevus.
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 Yeah, what is it?
I don't know, right?
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just say for the purpose of everybody at home that it's a really helpful MS infusion.
Well, it's apparently the gold standard. I deliberately wanted to know less about this than what I did with the beta-ferrin, because I studied it to the point where I was just going, I didn't want it in my system. I hated it. And
Because you had side effects, or because it was just like feeling like something was in your body that you didn't want?
boring.
Yeah.
I'm a real, if anything unorganic hits my body, then it's like a no-go zone.
Yeah, I saw what you had for morning tea. No dairy, no gluten, no
Sugar.
No sugar. It was like, wow, it's hard to manage.
Yeah, and I still feel like I've been a little bit naughty because that vegan dessert thing in the middle was just delicious.
Okay.
And when something tastes nice, then I feel like it's naughty.
Well,
Because usually everything that I eat tastes awful.
Bree-arne, you're pretty fit too. So not only are you kind of like mindful of what goes in your body, but you're mindful of what you do with your body.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to us a little bit about your rock climbing?
Sure. I go rock climbing with Shelley's husband twice a week, or Shelley's taken me a couple of times. Go for a dance. And I started it because I loved it when I was well able, but I love the feeling of, it's a puzzle. It's trying to get my body to move into these positions and trying to work out how I can get my body to work from the bottom to the top.
So you're out of your chair,
Yeah.
and then explain the process. Let's visualise it.
They've got a hole here and a hole in here.
So you've got great upper body strength.
I do.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you supplement that with other exercise, or is it just really
Yes,
rock climbing?
I'm a bit of a fitness nut. I was always a swimmer when I was going through school, and they were thinking about training me up for the Olympics. But I said I can't do my music or anything, and then I'd be just swimming. That's boring. So I get up and I do all my calf stretches and make sure I do my arm weights. And I've got go for walks, I swim,
on a stair climb machine, or actually
No, actually upstairs. We just go
using your upper body to with your legs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I really like detail, if you can't tell. Sorry.
No, it was probably really good because
Yeah.
I'm really vague, and sometimes I hop, skip, jump over like main areas of what people would like to know. So
It's just good to have detail
Yeah.
to, like, so that we all get a visual picture as well. So you do stair climbing, you still do swimming, are you still surfing?
Oh yeah. Actually, I was really surprised when I said to my husband, "Oh, it's good enough for me to go out today." And he goes, "Yeah." So we went for a surf, and usually he's like, "Nah, I'm not going to go easy. I'd rather go for a surf myself, but backwards." But it was a good day to get the longboard out, and he stands me up, and we have a nice time together.
So you both surf on the same board?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was thinking, how does this work?
No, we got a longboard. It's
Yeah.
a soft board, so it doesn't crack me and scone and hurt. And he's very because he could have been a pro surfer himself. So he makes sure he takes care of me, reads the water, reads the waves, knows the area. So he's quite comfortable to take me out.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm a bit jealous.
I'm
close
so sorry.
to the beach and you're fit and you're doing all those things. That's great. You said earlier, like you're a musician.
Yeah.
Has that been a lifelong thing for you too? That you've always loved music and singing and playing?
Yes, I learned how to pick stuff up by ear on the piano by watching my mum, and I learned how to play it when I was 3.
Wow.
I was just tinkering when I was 3, but now I'm a bit more confident. Lachlan, he will want to learn how to play a song, my husband, and he'll say, "Bree, can you work this out?" And on it will come, and I'll just pick it up and like.
What other instruments do you play?
Guitar and bass, but it's a little bit harder now because I'm a bit numb in my hand.
Yeah.
Since I've had Jaden and breastfed both my boys, it's just sucked a bit of energy out of me, but I can still play alright.
Yeah. Well, we're going to hear some of your music a bit later on. Where have you sort of played? I know we were talking over at the table and you've been at a festival when you found out you were pregnant.
Motherhood. I had no idea, and sort of dawned on me that morning of that festival. I was in bed in a hotel room and just going, when was my last period? I can't remember it. And I was nearly 3 months pregnant, and I was like, it's so hot up here. Why is it so hot? I feel sick all the time.
Because Motherhood's not actually known for it being a super hot place. It's like a good place to go in summer because it's a bit cooler.
I thought it was like in the 30s, and I've got MS, so I'm heat intolerant. I don't like heat.
No, it's not my friend either. It's not good for my hair or my skin. So, with your music, you've played at festivals and you've busked quite a bit.
Yes.
So, are you still doing that nowadays?
No, I tried to set up not long ago, but I couldn't actually see my tuner.
Yeah. So your eyesight is a symptom of your MS.
Yeah. It's terrible. Like I can see that there's people in the room, but there's patches missing. It's like walking from outside on a really bright sunny day and going inside, and it takes a second for your eyes to adjust, and you've got those black spots splashing around everywhere. That's what I see 24/7.
Wow, it's quite a complex diagnosis, MS, isn't it? And it's sort of, when we talked in the podcast, we talked about how with MS, no two people experience the same symptoms at the same time. There's no blanket rule for MS.
Brain's such a complicated organ. I haven't worked it all out myself.
Yeah, true. I actually think we might throw to your song. But before we do, can you talk about this particular song that we've chosen today and tell us the story behind that and how it's metamorphosized over the years, because you first wrote this when you were 19 and first diagnosed.
Yeah. And I wanted to write an album. I'm still working on it. and it's set on the 8 stages of grief. And this one that I wrote for Denial was the song that I wrote when I was first diagnosed, but I've added in my voice from now and some instruments from now and made it into a song where it's my journey from when I was diagnosed to what I am now and what it's done to me.
It's also got a very positive twist to it about what MS has done to you, but what you're doing to maintain control and live a positive, happy, fulfilling life. That's how I read it, as a courageous and really strong message in there about strength, I think. But anyway, you can all be the judge. Sorry, no pressure.
No, that's all right.
So is it ready? Have we got the song ready to queue up down the back? Thank you.
You're a creep who drags me down, but you're too weak to make it hurt. You slide the needles in, but even so, well, I'll still live.
enjoy talking to people who've got lots of stories, but don't worry. September the 9th, we're launching a podcast series of which Bree-arne is a guest, and there's a long form interview with her on that podcast series. There'll be more details on the WDV website.
We tried it. Little Unco going downhill. It might help if I had it in front of me and we wheeled forward. Oh, I feel good now. It's just yeah? Ah, yes. What was that? I thought my brakes on. It's actually quite a big drop. That's alright, just do it. Anyway? Just do it. Just do it. Sure? Yeah. Oh, no worries. Like a pro. And up. Like a boss. Got one guy out in the front and everyone's watching him on the corner there. Red light, green light. Red light, green light.